Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are tackling something absolutely crucial, and we're going to explore exactly how to build advanced AI agents while solving the single biggest headache developers face, exhausting those dreaded session limits. So let's look at the mechanics of AI context and see how to build incredibly capable automated systems without totally burning through your token budget.
Okay, let's dive right into this. It's literally the ultimate frustration, isn't it? You're deep in the zone, your AI is humming along, you're building something genuinely great, and suddenly, bam, you hit the session limit right when you need it most. Why does this happen so incredibly fast, even on a top-tier paid plan? Well, the root of the problem lies in this concept called token exhaustion. And honestly, the math behind it might actually shock you.
Get ready for this stat. A developer tracking a 100-message chat session found that an astonishing 98.5% of all tokens were wasted just rereading the old chat history. No way, right? But it's true, because LLM token costs compound exponentially. When you send message number 30, the AI has to reread messages 1 through 29 all over again. So you aren't just paying for the new prompt, you're paying this massive compounding tax on the entire past conversation.
Section 1. What can AI actually build? From proposals to voice agents.
And this brilliantly illustrates what's possible when we get this right. Imagine a super streamlined automation workflow built in N8N. Step 1, your sales call ends, and Fireflies logs it. Step 2, an AI extracts and cleans up the transcript. Step 3, it pings you in Slack for human approval, just a quick yes or no. And if you say yes, Step 4 kicks in. The AI agent sends the data to Gamma via API to instantly generate a professional, highly formatted slide deck proposal. It's doing like 90% of the heavy lifting before you even crack open your laptop.
Or think about what's possible with those ultra-realistic voice agents you can build in 11 Labs. They basically rely on 4 core components. You've got the persona, which is driven by a really tight system prompt. The voice, usually a professional clone. The knowledge base, fed directly by your transcripts. And finally, tools. You can literally set up an agent to automatically book client meetings using cal.com. It handles the calendar sync, the weird time zones, email confirmations completely autonomously. And the best part? It does the whole shebang without you needing to deal with any API bloat.
Let's move to Section 2 and see how this builds. The threat of context rot, the invisible barrier. So these flashy agents are incredible for sure. But they face this silent, creeping enemy, context rot. I gotta think of it as AI dementia. As a chat session gets longer and longer, the model's attention gets spread dangerously thin across every single token, and this triggers what's known as the loss in the middle phenomenon. Basically, the AI pays close attention to the very beginning of your prompt and the very end, but completely starts forgetting the instructions buried right in the middle of a bloated chat window. The output just gets noticeably, frustratingly worse. Now, what's absolutely wild is the stark math behind this. A lot of developers finally get access to a massive 1 million token context window, and they just assume, great, I should fill it all up. But look at this contrast. At 256,000 tokens, retrieval accuracy is sitting really pretty at 92%. But when you push that to a full million tokens, that accuracy drops significantly to 78%. So just because you have a massive window doesn't mean you should cram it full.
Now, you might be thinking, well, hold on. The system auto-compacts my context when it gets full, right? Yes, but relying on auto-compaction at 95% capacity is literally like frantically stuffing a suitcase 5 minutes before your flight. I mean, you are going to forget your toothbrush, your phone charger, something important. When the system auto-compacts right at the peak of context rot, it loses absolutely crucial details and keeps only a fraction of your original information.
Section 3. The Token Management Playbook. Reclaim your context.
All right, time for the rapid-fire solutions. How do we actually manage this? Here are 5 core token hacks you need to use. First, run/clear often. You definitely don't want to carry topic A's baggage into topic B. Second, make sure to compact manually at 60% capacity, while the AI is actually still smart enough to write a good summary. Third, use plan mode first. Have the AI map out an approach, rather than coding blindly down a dead end. Fourth, and this is huge, disconnect unused MCP servers. They secretly load massive tool definitions on every single message, creating these invisible token drips. And fifth, keep your system constitution incredibly lean. Your Claude.md file should be an index under 200 lines, absolutely not a sprawling encyclopedia.
Another massive token drain?
Document formatting. If you feed the AI clunky files like raw PDFs or heavy HTML, the layout and the metadata just create unbelievable token bloat. But AI tokenizers process raw text incredibly efficiently. So by converting those heavy files into raw markdown using tools like Dockling, you achieve up to 90% fewer tokens. It's a game changer. This simple step allows you to pack 3 times more actual content into the exact same session.
Section 4. Working with subagents, the assembly line.
So the crucial point here is session chaining. Instead of one massive monolithic prompt, you break the workflow down into phases. Phase 1 is a discovery session, where a subagent handles all the heavy reading and research. It summarizes that data and then passes it to Phase 2, the planning session, which builds the strategy. Finally, Phase 3 is the execution session, where the actual coding happens. By spinning up much cheaper models like Haiku for those one-off research tasks, you keep your main execution context incredibly clean and super efficient.
Moving right along, Section 5, upgrading your tool stack, the CLI advantage.
Speaking of keeping things perfectly lean, we operate on a really specific philosophy here: code beats clicks. Let's look at the Google Workspace Command Line Interface, or CLI. Instead of using heavy, bloated MCP servers that just eat up your context window space to integrate with your calendar or docs, you swap them out for the CLI. This gives an agent, like Claude Code, instant low-overhead access to Drive, Docs, and Calendar natively through terminal bash commands. It's faster, it's cheaper, and it is just far more token efficient.
Okay, amidst all this super intense optimization, here's a fun little palate cleanser for you. Did you know that if you type /buddy into your Claude Code terminal, it hatches a little Tamagotchi-style virtual pet? Yeah! Whether it's a chaotic turtle or a rare dragon, it literally sits right there in your terminal, offering these snarky comments on your code. And the absolute best part? It's completely free of charge and costs 0 tokens. Just a tasteful little Easter egg to keep your energy high while you're building.
And this brings us to a final, pretty provocative thought to leave you with. You might have access to a 1 million token context window. That's great, but the real question is, how many will you actually use? Remember, token limits aren't just some arbitrary boundary set by a platform. They are really the ultimate test of your disciplined context hygiene. Master your tokens, keep your context beautifully clean, and you'll never be stopped by a session limit again. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.